Hello, guys. Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today we have a guest, Dr. Malenya Abraham, and today it's Father's Day. And to all fathers out there, we celebrate you, we love you, we appreciate the work that you are doing in ensuring that our family stays strong and our family keep on going. So today on our show, we have one Dr. Malenya. He is a father, and we want to welcome him to tell us briefly what a father plays in any society. So, Dr. Malenya, welcome. You can introduce yourself.
Thank you. My name is Dr. Malenya. Welcome to this presentation. I'll have a quick one. A father is a very central figure. He is a protector, he's a provider, and he's a disciplinarian. He runs these in conjunction with the family, especially the mother. And basically, when this happens, even as a protector, they should not protect like that. It gives those who are being protected uh, a chance to go out of way to break the law. As a provider, they should ensure the basic needs are provided. And as a provider, let's be careful so that we don't spoil these people. There are things we can provide, but there is a level beyond which when we provide, the meaning is lost. And finally, they are disciplinarians. Let us do it and within the law so that we are not caught up in a situation where we have physically harmed these people. We can discipline in various ways. We can talk to them. We can use a rod, but sparingly. And basically, above all, the father is a figurehead, he's a spiritual leader, and he is a priest to the family. Thank you. Let us give thumbs up for our fathers on this particular occasion. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Malenya. I remember when I was growing up, we our fathers were very harsh. Like if they find you, for example, sitting there watching television, it won't augur well with you. But we see the current fathers, it's like on the issue of discipline, it's like they're not that harsh as compared to our parents. What could have changed this situation?
Basically, I think the traditional setup and the current setup is different because currently there's a lot of culture clashes. Traditionally, we didn't have the level of contamination or intrusion that we currently see in urban setups. But in this regard, we really have to tone down the conflict of various cultures. But basically, that does not draw away this discipline standard. Discipline has to be there, and it has to be within measurable levels.
Okay, thank you so much. So that means discipline has to be within the confined space. So we continue to appreciate you, fathers, because you're doing a great job, and thumbs up for that. So maybe Malenya, you can tell us, in a family setup, we realize that these days our children when we were growing up, we realized that when it comes to situations like relationships, we used to hide that from our parents. What will you encourage the kind of this present generation? What will you encourage, especially the parents? Because this generation, you cannot compare the current generation with the past generation. So much has changed. As current generation, what would you advise the parents? Because like you realize these days, our youths, when it comes to relationship, when somebody is rejected, he or she ends up committing suicide and such. How should we handle this as parents?
The most important thing here is opening up communication. We don't need to be closed with them. What we have done, especially what I have done, is I have made my children friends to the level that they can open up to you. And when they open up to you, they'll be able to tell you what actually is their interests. And at this point, they should also be able, when they come across those level of challenges, new relationships coming up, they should be able to go to their parents and let the parents know. They may be having fears with the father. Basically, that's why we're talking about Father's Day. but they can confide in their mother. The mother will be able to guide, especially the girls, and the mother would insist to maybe know the kind of young man that the daughter could be dating. Dating, you can't avoid that at various levels of schooling, especially in college. This will be taking place. But if you find your daughter is able to open up and introduce even the boyfriend to the mother, we can nip the bud when still young. If there's a problem we have discerned, we can be able to arrest that problem. Because if genuinely the girl is okay and introduces the boyfriend, if the boyfriend had other motives, they will have to disappear. Basically, they not want to be known. Maybe they are known to have other things. And again, when you know who is involved with your children in a relationship or they're studying together, you may do a background check on the kind of families they come from. You can ask them some questions, and from the leading questions you give them, it can tell you whether your children are safe with the other parties.
Okay, thank you. As you've heard to the parents out there, make friendship with your sons and daughters so that they can open up and tell you about issues that are actually affecting them. So thank you, Dr. Maleja, for that. Another issue, Daktari, when you talk about parental love, we've realized that some parents tend to favor other children. For example, those children who are bright, they actually dialect to their parents, and we have those children who they are not performing that well as per their expectation. What advice would you give to parents who discriminate children based on performance?
In the first place, the act of discrimination is totally uncalled for. We basically need to be very careful when you are dishing out goodies or when you are supporting your children. Be fair and do not show that you are giving one more than the other. Even if there was anything that you would want to do, the Bible is very clear on this. There are some instances where we can see Jacob, Esau's story. The favor is just coming out openly, but you have to do it in such a way that nobody would know. So mothers actually will always know how to handle this. If a favor is there, they have to handle it in such a way that the other child does not know. That is, if you need actually to support your child, and as I said earlier on, when you open up with them and you're in talking terms, you can always enter into a covenant, tell them, I'm doing this for you, but I don't want you to be exposed because it will create hatred on you, and it also create an imbalance on the same. So please let us not discriminate. First of all, is ruled out, but you can, as a father, you know this child has really impressed you. Do it, but you can do it in secret, and let it also not be. You don't overdo it so that it is glaringly known, and that is good. But basically, I would say, like my example, if they want, as they are going to school, currently have all of them are in school. If currently you're doing the shopping list for them, let everyone provide their shopping list. First of all, give them that democracy. Let them write what they want. Others will write further things, others excess. You will tone down and ensure that you balance. And when you buy these things, you bring them to them and say, this is what you wrote, this is what you wrote, because maybe this is what you need as per your school. But when you do it separately or you really discriminate, it will create a very bad seed and the child will not be okay.
Okay, thank you. As you've heard, all children are equal despite of the differences. You should treat your children the same. Remember, when you begin discriminating these children at a later stage, for example, when you are no longer with them, that hatred will keep on growing. You remember the story of Joseph and the brothers. Joseph was so loved by the father that the other brothers hated him. So you can use that scenario. Treat your children right. One child may not be performing well in school, but he has maybe another talent in football. So appreciate each and every child with the special or talent that he or she has. So, Daktari, when it comes to a family setup, the father is always the provider. What role do you think the mother should play? You as the father being the provider, what do you think are some of the things that mother should do so that you complement together as a family?
Um, Basically, the lead issue of being a provider should not be taken literally on the face of it. But see, it is not just the father who is the provider. He is supposed to be the lead provider, and in conjunction with the family, because they are one, the mother and the father are one. And when the provision is being done, in fact, when something is being done, the children should not see or the family should not see it is just coming from the father. No, it has to be both sides. And in fact, sometimes to tone down on this issue of provision, the father should be very wise. Wisdom is needed in families. So that certain tasks, certain monetary transactions can be divided, separate. Some, the mother has to go about it. The mother can go do certain things for the children. And in that case, the children should not see that you see this, the father was given. Then this means, please, fathers, do not give your wife money directly when children are seeing. A bad thing. Malizianeni, whatever it is.
Sure.
Yeah.
So thank you. As you've heard, the father and the mother both have roles to play in a family to ensure that the family stands strong and as compared to the boy child. You realize that these days the girls are now working. For example, you go to town, you realize the men are just idle, sitting there playing these pool games and all other games, but the lady is somewhere, even if he or she is sweeping, at least she's struggling to put food on the table. What advice do you have for the boy child?
This is about mentorship, and that is why we said the father is a provider, disciplinarian, and all that. When this role is played well, the boy child should be able to emulate to see what the father is doing. And the idleness issue relates to how you have told them. Basically, you keep them busy.
Okay, okay, thank you. So thank you so much, Daktari. That is such a good discussion on what fathers role is in the society and what mother's role is and also the children. So each and every person in a family setup has a role to play. And on today's edition, you said you are celebrating the fathers. You guys have made us happy. You guys have completed our families, and we are glad that you are part of us. So I said on today's show, we are treating two viewers to lunch at any place of your choice in Bungoma County. And we are saying, please write something about your father. What has the father done to you? What do you think are the best way to appreciate your fathers? And I'm sure we'll be able to sample two of the best comments and reward you with the lunch. Then from here today we are going to appreciate a parent. There's one of our viewers or one of our follower who is out of the country, but he has said on this Father's Day, the father has to feel special and the mother also has to be treated. So we are right away from here, we are traveling to Moiben constituency in Osingishu County to appreciate the parents for the role they are doing, especially the father. He said that today is Father's Day and the father has to feel special. So we want to travel there, but we'll be able to follow up on the comments. Please comment, please share, please subscribe, and we'll be able to enjoy much more on this channel. So thank you for watching and see you on our next video. Thank you.